is Beth Goncher with the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce, welcoming Senator Linda Holmes and Senator Don DeWitte. Senator Holmes represents the 42nd District, and Senator DeWitte represents the 33rd District here in Illinois. Senator DeWitte, you mentioned, a big part of a portion of your district is going to take on that agricultural component. I know that Senator Holmes is on the agricultural committee, and you both are on the special committee on pensions. Senator Holmes, do you want to tell us a little bit about some of the other committees that you're on, and then we'll turn to you, Senator DeWitte?
Yes, I certainly can. And I sit on the executive committee. I sit on local government, labor, ag, and the special committee on pensions. And I will say, as I look back here now, I was elected in 2006. And every year since I've been elected, I have been on the labor committee. I've been on local government, and I have been on ag. And even though I don't have that much ag, it is still one of my favorite committees, and I have always said that everybody who represents Illinois, particularly those who are north of I-80, should have to serve at least a couple years on ag to get a real good understanding that Illinois is first and foremost, we are an agricultural state. So I stay on ag because it's just a great committee. And like Senator DeWitte, I love working with the Farm Bureau.
Sure. I would just point out kudos to my colleague. As a longtime member of the Labor Committee, Senator Holmes chaired a working group the last year that kind of helped the legislature, the Senate specifically, through kind of the workers' compensation issues that we all struggled with for the last 2 years. Chairman Holmes, Senator Holmes, did a great job in a very bipartisan manner, based on the feedback I received from our members who sat on that working group. She did a great job pulling that all together, and it actually worked out to everyone's satisfaction that we were able to take some of that ARPA money and remove some of the debt that we had incurred from the federal government. Great work on her part. I continue in my role as minority spokesperson on two key committees, transportation and revenue. Ron Villavelam from Chicago chairs transportation. He and I think, have developed a really comfortable working relationship in a very bipartisan fashion to try to keep, the major transportation issues related to the state kind of moving forward. The revenue committee obviously is a very important committee. We'll see a new chairman, Chairman Selena Villanueva from Chicago. Will be chairing revenue this year, so I'm looking forward to engaging her to deal with revenue issues across the state. I've come off local government, Senator, and have been relocated over to state government, which will be a little different perspective this year. I'll also be sitting on the appropriations committee related to revenue, the human rights committee, which is a new assignment for me, the pensions committee, which is a special committee chaired by Senator Rob Martwick. And then I also serve on JCAR, which is the Joint Commission on Administrative Rules, an assignment I have really enjoyed the last couple of years. JCAR basically interprets rules that the various state agencies establish in order to implement legislation that's been passed by the legislature. I have found it to be very interesting work with regards to watching how new laws are incorporated into the enforcement process. Kudos to Senator Cunningham and former Representative Keith Wheeler, who always did just an outstanding job on JCAR, maintaining that bipartisan, one voice process that I think our entire state is really hungering for. I think Keith Wheeler on his way out said it best. He wishes all aspects of state government operated as efficiently and as bipartisan as JCAR does. And so I'm looking forward to my assignment with JCAR again for the next 2 years. And it's like Senator Holmes, it's going to be a very, very busy session for both of us, Senator.